So obviously, like, this is a phrase, love the sinner, hate the sin, that you've heard probably a gazillion times.
Yeah, I've been preached at it a lot. Like, I love you, but I hate what you're doing, or...
Right.
Right.
So I want to open this up to kind of everybody, just as a launching off point. So first of all, that phrase, is it actually possible to, so you've obviously got something.
I just hate that phrase.
I hate it too.
What about
Because
it?
we're supposed to see people for who they are, not who they're not. And immediately when you put that phrase on it, you see who people aren't. It actually is such a divider, us and them. You have sin, and so what's the difference between someone has another type of struggle and that we don't find as offensive? And so people who find things offensive use that phrase to kind of coach themselves back into a place of love, versus starting out in a place of love and getting over your critical, spirit and your criticalness. And I just feel like so much of religious culture in the church has used that phrase to be a place of, we're already negative, we're starting out from a negative place, so try and get a little more positive, versus start out here, like in a place of total full love that accepts all things, and then you know how to deal with sin when you're already accepting people for who they are.
So I understand the reason why, right? There's a reason why that phrase is around. There's love the sinner, hate the sin. And I understand what you're saying, Sean. But at the same time, like, there is this thing of, I hate all sin, right? So, the wages of sin is death, right? And so, but I think there is a place in loving people and really not wanting them to stay where God says that they're not supposed to stay.
Right.
Yeah.
How do we deal with when somebody looks at Scripture and you say it says this, I say it says this, and there's a deep fundamental difference in how we're interpreting something that, because for whatever reason, because sin is a big deal, right? Yeah. And to say it's not a big deal it's you're hyper grace now and it's no good, right? So it's like sin is obviously a big deal, and for many of the kind of for the Christian, most Christians, it colors everything. They're constantly trying to stop their own sinning. They're constantly trying to become more holy. That's the call of every Christian, is to become more holy, more pure. But it's like, how do we deal with this issue when we don't even agree on what Scripture says?
I'll be really brief here. I went to Beeson Divinity School. There were 6 professors on staff that had 6 different views, not on this topic, on everything. I went to, got my master's with Presbyterians, Methodists, and I learned at 24, I used to think that the goal for Jesus was to take tension out of my life. I did. I thought that. He causes me more tension than anyone I know, and it's in that tension where I grow. I just want to say, it's not just this issue of what you're talking about. Yeah. That's the whole thing for me. And it's actually, I become comfortable in the tension.